I hear from the lads about attention seeking from women. All right, ladies and gents, we're back to the podcast. Welcome. Today we are going to talk about dick pics that men send. Not every man, of course. I'm batting for the boys here. But I'm also going to turn it around too, where men have to struggle with women looking for attention. Because this happens a lot. Men are online and they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, man, I matched with this girl and all of a sudden now it was all great and I'm giving her attention, now I'm getting one-word fucking answers from her. It's like, fuck's sake, what the fuck, man? I've been there. A lot of guys have been there already. And guys, if you're on TikTok, let us know. And we're doing a TikTok live as well, guys. We want to get some reactions from people. And of course, look, let's go to the women side of things. Of course, the ladies are suffering with men sending dick pics. I'm sorry to laugh, but look, it is kind of funny. And I know it's real. I do know it's real. Men do this and they're jumping on and taking all sorts of photos of themselves within 10 minutes and sending them on. I mean, if I was a woman, I'd hate it. It would drive me nuts. So, yeah, everybody's getting fucking shrapnel here. So let's start off. Oh, and by the way, before I start off, the Formula 1 season started, guys. Formula 1 season has begun. I can't believe how quick this year has gone already. Fucking Jesus, man. We'll be in the summer before you know it, and bang, we'll be lighting up those Christmas trees before you know it. I'm telling you. Unbelievable. Michael, is that Hasselhoff in the background? Yeah, that's right. So if you're watching me on YouTube, you'll see the Hoff in the background. He's great, man. You have to have the Hoff in your on it, you know? Maria, any advice on the dating front? The online is pathetic. Okay, well, thanks for the feedback, Maria. We're going to be talking about men sending dick pics and why you shouldn't be on guard and why men shouldn't be on guard when it comes to attention seeking. When we think women are looking for attention and just approval. All right, let's get into it. So I'm going to tell you a story here, guys, first of all, how this all came up, this podcast. So there was a guy emailed me just a few days ago. And again, us men are like broken records when we have this problem. You're like, what is it about? The guy said, what is it about women online? They're looking for attention seeking. And then he's even saying, well, fuck, man, am I doing something wrong here? And and he showed me some of the messages. And I said, actually, no, dude, those messages are fine. Absolutely fine. And I'm not going to bullshit the guy. I would say, look, that was a bit better. None of the above. And I said, look, man, a lot of other guys are struggling with this at the moment. And it did make him feel better. And I can understand because it makes me feel better when I hear this too, I have to say. Maybe that's a selfish thing when you feel better. I don't know. But, look, I think we can all relate on that one, right? It does make you, I'm not the only one out there. And then, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, that a woman was saying, fucking men and dick pics, and 99% of men are sending dick pics when they get your phone number. And I said, well, hold on a second now. Hang on a second now. Let's back up here now. It ain't 99%, first of all. Let's just clear the air here, okay? And this is my argument on this. And guys, on TikTok, jump in, please. It is not 99% of men, the moment they get your phone number from a dating app, that they're sending you a fucking dick pic, okay? Let's just calm down a little bit. If it was the case that it was 99% of men and women don't like it, wouldn't you think that Tinder and Bumble would have shut their doors already, like years ago? Right? And you could have, let's say, a sister or a good friend who's, like, let's say you're a guy, right? And you have a sister who's online as well. Wouldn't she tell you about it? Like, men would hear about this. Men would definitely hear about this. There'd be articles written online. Tinder shuts down because too many men are sending dick pics, right? So I don't know the percentages of how many guys send dick pics, but it ain't fucking 99%. Come on, for God's sake. Now, I did put up this argument that, let's say it was true, that 99% of men do send dick pics, and let's say that that's all women get. Well, if that's the case, and maybe I'm wrong here, but wouldn't you think that actually, if that's the case and women are putting up with it, that women actually do like the dick pics then? I mean, I'm not having a go off women here, by the way. Anybody watching on TikTok or listening to the podcast episode, I'm not having a go off women, but if it is that bad and women are disgusted, and if it is 99%, well, what the fuck are you doing on a dating app so? Surely you would have gone off them at this stage. Do you know? So then, I was trying to explain to people on social media, look guys, I've no doubt there is men that are sending these pics. No doubt in my mind, okay? We all know this, and I know, and I'm even apologizing on behalf of men here, that I'm sorry that you're getting this, right? And I'm not denying that it doesn't happen. It does happen. And it sucks. Obviously, for a woman, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. But I was trying to tell people on social media that, look, don't be on guard. It ain't 99% of men that are sending them. Even if they do, don't bottle up or tense up. Don't put you off going on a dating app. Because you know why? Here's why. Because all of a sudden, men can smell this off a woman if you're on guard with us. Just like a woman can smell it off a man if a man is a bit weird or he's acting funny, right? Defensive. We can everybody, every man and woman can smell this shit off you. You know? You're going to be, like, if you're that on guard about men, you're going to be fucking hostile around the guy. Right? I've had some dates now over the last couple of years, and you know, there was one or two girls that were a bit fucking weird about me, and even as I'm sitting there at the table, I even remember this one Brazilian girl, right? Jesus, this was about 2 years ago. And like, this was definitely one of the roughest dates I've had for years now. And she was just like looking at me funny. And this is at the start of the date, okay? And then of course, you know, you catch the look that someone gives you, okay? Whether you're a man or woman. And then it sort of goes into your head and you're thinking, did I say that weird? What the fuck did I say? So then as you're having the conversation with somebody and you're trying to listen to them and take on board what they're saying to keep the conversation going, at the exact same time you're fucking pressing rewind in your head going, okay, hang on, what the fuck did I say? So you've got about 4 things going on in your head. And of course it depends on the look, right? And then all of a sudden the girl kept giving me weird looks. Like they got worse. And then she kind of went, oh, yeah. So she went from chatting away normal to she was getting deflated. So then I eventually turned around and said, hey, listen, okay, did I say something wrong here? And I even stopped her. And it was such an awkward scenario because it's a first date. You don't want this shit. And she goes, no, not at all. I went, okay, well, you kind of look a bit distant. You know, look, it's our first date. We don't know each other. I take it you're not interested, right? And she goes, no, I am. I went, okay, where do I go with this? And then she's looking at me funny. She's like, why, what's wrong? I went, well, like I said, you know, you're a bit standoffish. And when I was talking about, I can't even remember what it was, guys, but I definitely know it wasn't anything bad. I said, I was mentioning ABC or XYZ, and she was like, oh yeah, I thought it was a bit funny, alright. I went, well, what was it? And then she was, oh, don't worry about it. And for the life of me now, of course, typical, I should have remembered this fucking story, what it was. If it comes into my head, guys, oh, that's right. Hey, bang, thank God. I even remember this before. We were talking about gay men. And she said that I said something funny about gay men. I went, well, actually, you actually don't know this, that I actually have some friends who are gay men. And they're very, very close friends of mine. And I said, and she looked at me as an, oh, are you gay? I went, no, I'm not gay. I said, look, I have no problem whether someone's straight, gay, lesbian. I don't give a fuck what they are. And these guys are close friends of mine. So she's wondering what the fuck's going on. And I went, hang on a second. Why are you pulling me on this? She goes, because you said it funny. I went, no, I didn't. Now, do you know the way sometimes that maybe you can say something funny or wrong? Right? And fair enough, some of us can. But I know for a fucking fact, I have zero Zero problems with gay men or bisexuals or lesbians. Zero problem. And there's no way on this earth I would have said anything bad. Now here's where it came flipping around, and I went, hang on a second. Maybe this girl's got a problem with gay people. That's why she's projecting her bullshit onto me. And I went, sorry, I'm going to stop you right there. This doesn't make sense to me because I have zero problem. And she went, okay, well, and she kind of had this look of like, all right, let's just move on. So, you know, and I went, well, hang on a second. Do you not like gay people? And I can't even believe, even when I said it, I had to say it to her. And even when I did say it, I went, I can't believe I'm getting into this conversation on a first fucking date. I mean, I'm only in the date about 45 minutes and this conversation's coming up. Like, what the fuck? And I have to admit, I was kind of like, well, do you know what? If this goes to shit here, I've got a good story to tell anyway, at least. And here we go. And this was before I even had a podcast. So I kind of felt, yeah, well, this is definitely an experience. And she goes, no, I don't have a problem. I said, well, maybe you do. And you just don't want to tell me. And then she went fucking mental. I went, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for confirming it. And she didn't admit it, but you could tell it all over her face. All over her face that the girl's got a problem. And some of you on TikTok are even listening to this. Maybe you think I'm fucking nuts and I'm just assuming. Well, hey, grand. But I would say 99.99% this girl had a problem. Now, my real point here, I just wanted to tell you that story, guys, but my real point here is that the girl was on guard with me. Now, she's looking at me funny, even though she's got the fucking problem, and she's projecting her own bullshit onto me. And yet, you could tell she was unaware of how she was acting. Very unaware until I pulled her on it. She'd look a shock. I'd look a real shock on her face. So this is my point. You start being on guard with somebody, it's going to creep into a date you go on, anything else. Because some people will stick their fucking head in the sand, I've got no problem, I'm fine, and they're disillusioned, and then they'll project their own bullshit onto somebody else. Just like this girl, she has a problem with gay people, but oh, no, Peter's got a problem with gay people. All projection horseshit. And it's good, I mean, being self-aware of this stuff is a good thing. You know? Now, let's go back to the reason why we're doing this podcast, right? And by the way, guys, anybody watching on TikTok, I'm going to have a look at your comments there in a few minutes, all right? So just bear with me, I just want to get my points across, all right, and then we'll open it up to the room here, as you'd say. And where am I going with this? Like, okay, let's say men do send a lot of dick pics. I obviously have no idea what it's like for a woman, that frustration, okay? Now, we'll get to the man's part where we get frustrated and to not have your guard up. With women, this is a good thing that men send a dick pic. Now, hear me out. Give me a bit of rope here on this one, guys. When a man sends a dick pic, he's exposed himself. He's thrown down the cards on the table. You know exactly what is up. I think that's a really fucking good thing. Of course, you'd rather not have it, of course. But we can't change that. There's going to be guys out there that will do this stuff. So the sooner he shows your hand, the sooner you can move on to the next person. And I get it. It can be frustrating, like, oh, for fuck's sake, this Peter guy or fucking John guy. What the fuck, man? Are you kidding me? But at least you know. I'd much rather that any day of the week than be strung along for a few fucking dates and all of a sudden then he sends a dick pic. You're like, oh, Jesus. Then you got really fucking played. You know? I think it's a great thing. And what can you do? Women are saying, oh, well, there's no way I'd give out my phone number to a guy on a dating app because they're all these dick pics. Look, if a guy is a creep, he's gonna find a way to stalk you, harass you if he wants. Even if he doesn't have your phone number, there's other ways of doing it. So the point was this, is the girls were saying, oh, there's no way I'd give out my phone number because I don't want to be sending dick pics. Look, the easiest thing in the world, you just block the fucker. Block him on your phone. And you don't give out your address. Understandable, you know. You don't be advertising it out there. You don't give out your work address, your location. Just go with a phone number. And you know something? Hello? We can all find the girl or guy, let's say, if they're on social media, right? So if I get somebody today now and I get her number or whatever, I can look her up on social media, couldn't I? No problem in the world. No fucking problem in the world. I could, if I want to, you know, check out the photos, and if I recognize a bar, like, for instance, I remember this girl, and I think we've all been there, right, where you check out somebody online. And I remember this one girl, and this was the moment I went, wow, man, you know, people can stalk so easy these days. And it was a real eye-opener. I was looking through her photos, and I recognized the bar. And it was only like a bar that I go to every now and then. I went, geez, I never seen that girl actually in the bar. Fucking hell, she seems to go there all the time. All her photos were of the bar that I go to. And I went, whoa, you know what, man, if this would be really easy to stalk somebody. If I really want to, like, I'll just fucking hang out at that bar and wait for the girl to come in. Do you know? There's multiple ways of stalking somebody. You know? Now, let's turn it around. When men are on guard, we shouldn't be on guard either. Our main problem is not dick pics. It's not boob pics. It's none of that. Our problem, the most that I see on my dating channel, the problem we have is women looking for attention, and we think that's all they're doing. They're buttering us up, and then they get their approval and attention, and they're fucking gone like Houdini. Gone. Into the sunset. And I see so many men get frustrated about that. So many goddamn men. And then they're looking through their phone, and they're even, like, some guys have asked me, right? And in fairness, I've even asked some of my friends, like, Jesus Christ, man, did I say something wrong here to this girl? There's other guys exact same fucking way. They've shown me their messages. Here, Pete, did I fucking say something wrong here? And I'm looking through the messages, and I'm like, well, in fact, I remember one friend of mine, he showed me the entire thread messages, which, fair enough. Look, I'm not here to help. I'm trying to be helpful to people, so I hope I can. And he was very upset about it because things were going very, very well. They didn't meet for a drink yet, but still, he was very excited. They had great chats on the WhatsApp or whatever it was. WhatsApp, yes, sorry, WhatsApp. And bang, one-word answers, and all of a sudden she was gone. I looked through his messages from the start, and there was nothing, and I mean, not even 1% that was bad. Because their conversation went about talking about, I can't remember their hobbies, but he likes to do this. Oh, golf, that's right. He likes golfing, she likes golfing, and they two of them play, right? So they were like, oh my God, this is great. And then all their messages were about this and golf, and oh, I'm going to kick your ass. No, I'm going to kick your ass. And, you know, bit of banter. It was great fun. So all of a sudden then, she was gone. And I'm telling you, ladies, there's so many men out there right now that are just fucking sick, black and blue from this. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And the problem is, our guard is up now, but we shouldn't allow our guard to be fucking up with this stuff, okay? Because all of a sudden now, we're, just like the women with the dick pics, we're now going to have our guard up, thinking, oh, fuck's sake, I'll talk to this Jennifer now, and, oh yeah, let me guess, now she's looking for fucking approval. And you know what? This shit gets into our subconscious, and all of a sudden, we could then say something fucked up and weird because we're on guard. By the way, I understand that. That makes total sense. You know, if you are on guard, I've been on guard in the past with some girls, you know, maybe I was just out of a relationship and I didn't realize that I was on guard. I've been here, done that, worn the fucking t-shirt, right? So I know what this is like. And you can be put off, and somebody says something and you're kind of like, oh, what did she mean by that now? What did she mean? You know, haven't we all been there? You know? And I just have a look at some of the messages. Give it a rest, lad. You're talking pure brown. Cool, man. Cheers. No bother. So, best thing you do is just turn me off, man. Golf is boring, to be fair. Well, fair enough. But hey, if two people are into golf, how bad? I mean, Jesus. Let's see. Another TikTok. Not true, men. Do not make much effort online. All I want is your number. Suggest dating. They ghost. Okay, when we're talking about all I want is your number, I've tried to explain this on social media a few times. When a man wants your number, again, I can't speak for every guy out there, right? But I'm speaking for most guys here. It's kind of like when we're on Tinder or Bumble. We know there's other guys out there trying to match with the girl. Women know that there's other girls trying to match with the guy on it. So we all know this. The thing is, when we get your number, it's kind of progressing to the next step. It's like being on the dance floor, right? We're sitting on the dance floor and you're dancing on the dance floor and we see, oh, she's hot, you know, but all of a sudden there's other guys all over you. Right? There's other guys, but if we can grab you by the hand and say, hey, listen, you know, by the way, nicely, I mean grab by the hand, all right? Just in case anybody takes that wrong. We want to take you by the hand, grab you by the hand, bring you up to the bar. Now we feel like, oh, she's into me. She's into me, not the other guy on the dance floor. So, you know, you're not just another number. Now, yes, there's some dudes out there that just want to send the dick pic. I understand that, okay? I understand. But not all of us. And this is what we want. We want to feel like we're not just another number. And what woman does want to feel like another number too? Let's be fair. Who does want to feel like just another fucking number? You know what I mean? So that's why we do it. Now, here's another reason why maybe people are, quote, defensive. Not everybody, okay? Let's just cover that right now and clear the air. Not everybody. I had an ex-girlfriend. She started to get on guard and defensive with me, okay? Just like what we were talking about on the podcast here. People getting defensive. They might say something that's a bit off or this or that. This girl was getting defensive and paranoid that I was cheating on her. In fact, I'll even remember she was going fucking mental. She'd arrive up my doorstep, right? And it was just so fucking obvious because she'd even walk into the TV room and there was no one there with me. And she'd have a kind of a look of surprise on her face. And I'm looking at her going, where is she getting this fucking paranoia? I knew where it was. Then she started asking me, so were you out with a girl last night? I'm like, oh my god. And guess what? Her defensive paranoia horseshit, she was cheating on me. So people project their own bullshit too. So maybe there's some people out there that they don't get dick pics, but they're actually in a relationship already, are married, and they're just using that as a bullshit excuse and they want to keep it online Tinder because their husband's not checking their WhatsApp or God knows what. Now I know it can all still be on your phone, but you know, people can be funny with these type of things, right? So maybe it's not all about people being on guard, and maybe the same for guys here. Maybe they don't want to reveal, oh, well, if it's on WhatsApp now, it might show up on my screen. I've got my notifications turned on. I need to have the notifications turned on because of work. So therefore, oh, fuck, if that comes up my phone now from the girl, uh-oh, now I'm in deep shit. You got to look at it from all angles. All right, let's just go back here now, guys. I want to get some... let's have a look, comments here. Skill issue for real. I don't know what that means. Gnarly. Just get taller and look better, guys. Just get taller and look better. Okay, interesting one. Do you think that a lot of men don't dress up and look the part these days? Is that what you mean? I would like to know on that. Gnarly. Work on yourself and girls will come. I agree. Just being self-aware, not being paranoid, things like this, you know? Okay, defensive, that's the word exactly. So many men on apps are so past remarkable and smart. Interesting. Can you explain more, please? What do you mean? Like, give us examples here. That'd be good to get that kind of feedback here online. What else do we have? And I hope this isn't boring you guys, anybody listening to the podcast. At least we're getting some good feedback here. Another girl here, Maria, if you engage, they will. Don't spend the energy. If you engage, they will. Well, that's a good thing, right? If you engage, they're going to come back. You're getting something out of it. So then, but you're saying don't spend the energy. Unless I'm missing something here completely. But that doesn't make any sense. Well, you should spend the energy, right? Okay, let's have a look at other comments. Let's have a look. I feel that no one puts the effort in, Maria. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of people, and I think it is simply because people are getting defensive. People are like, oh, here we go again. You know? Dick pics are coming. This girl's looking for attention. Oh, Lord. Should I burn Tinder and Bumble to the ground from my phone? Is that what people are getting to? Because some of the people out there are getting so fed up with this, but you shouldn't. You're filtering out the bullshit. Shelley, evil thinkers are evil doers. Well, excuse me, that's true. Maria, about the blocking. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Podrick, most women's red flag is Snapchat. Can you explain more? I'm not even on Snapchat. I'm not even that familiar with Snapchat, I have to admit. I don't know much about... I know what it is, you know, you take a quick photo and it lasts for whatever amount of time and it's gone then forever. But most women's red flag is Snapchat. Now, do you mean that women are getting dick pics on Snapchat, as in men are wanting them to go to Snapchat? Is that what you mean here, Podrick, if you are still online? And let's have a look. Nikki, finding genuine people is difficult on apps. Well, it can be. Of course it can. It's easy to hide on these dating apps. But look, the sooner you filter out the fuckers on there, both men and women, if you filter them out quick, boom, you're away with it. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing. I know we'd rather not fucking run into these people, but you can't avoid them. And Podrick, because they want a relationship, not a pic. Ooh, well, I wouldn't say every girl wants a relationship. There's some girls out there, let's be honest, that just want a bit of fun. Right? I would presume. Clogsy, we're not on there looking for attention. If we ghost, it's because we're not feeling it. Okay, here we go. Now, this is a good one. I'm going to have a bit of a scrap with you here, all right, on TikTok. Okay, Clogsy, we're not on there looking for attention. If we ghost, it's because we're not feeling it. All right, well, here's the thing. Depending on the scenario, of course, wouldn't you just say it to the guy or girl? Right? I mean, especially if you think that the other person that you're talking to is actually very interested in you. Isn't it a better thing to say, look, to be honest, I'm not feeling this? Isn't it a good thing? And then all of a sudden then, it's done, confirmed, peace of mind, put it to bed. You're not fucking somebody up. Nikki, very true, just be upfront. That's what I would say. Now, like I said, depending on the scenario, I mean, look, okay, if you've just started talking to somebody on a dating app, you've just matched with them 10 minutes ago, and then you've sent 2 messages or 3 messages, and they've sent 1 back or 2 back, I wouldn't worry about saying, oh, you know, no, listen, I'm not feeling this. That I wouldn't worry about that. But if you are having a conversation with people and you're getting into shit, you know, you're getting into this stuff, isn't it a good thing to have the chat? I do think so. And I know, I get it. You don't want to be, oh God, I don't want to be having this confrontation now with this person if it does turn into confrontation. I get it. I understand. Who does want to have it, but it makes you feel good. Has anybody done that? Like, try and be at least. You know, I always try and be at least to be upfront and honest with everybody. Once you've done it, it feels so fucking good. It gives you confidence to go forward with other difficult scenarios too. Idel, here we go. You'll know if you're having banter and getting on. If that's not happening, I'd unmatch. Okay, that's something interesting to bring up. If you unmatch with somebody, is that a good thing? So if you don't want the conversation, you don't want to get, oh God, I don't want this now, I'm dreading this. Is it better to just unmatch with the person? And then they'll get the hint? I would say, depending on how far down the rabbit hole you've gone here, that's what I would say. I mean, if you end up exchanging WhatsApps and phone numbers, maybe that's too late then. Idel, yeah, it's savage, but... yeah, it's savage. Okay, it's savage that you unmatch them. Well, hey, look, I've got unmatched. And yeah, it is. There's no doubt about it, man. It's a kick in the fucking balls. It was for me anyway. I was like, oh god, what the hell? I got unmatched? What the fuck did I just say? And of course you can't even look at them because you're unmatched. So you can't see the history, if I remember correctly. But it was bittersweet, I have to say. It was like, oh, okay, well, she's not interested. Fuck it. Done. I was pissed off for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and job done. So, yeah. Magella, kindness costs nothing. I would go with that one. I wouldn't just unmatch somebody. Of course, it depends. Like, there was one girl here now. There's this one Brazilian girl in Cork, guys. She's all over the apps. Holy Jesus Christ. This girl is fucking insane. I matched with her, chatting away to her, and all of a sudden she starts fucking having a go at me, and I'm like, okay. And then she keeps having a go. Then I unmatched her and went, fuck this shit. So I understand that unmatching somebody instead of having to be honest sometimes is a better thing. Because fuck them, right? Do you know what I mean? Adele, yeah, it's happened to me too. That's where I got the idea. Fair enough. Adam, hey Peter. What's up, Adam, baby? What's up? Adam, have you ever sent a dick pic? I'm not having a go, I'm just fucking around with you. But we're talking about men sending dick pics to women. Women, then, on the other hand, women just looking for attention off guys online. Not good. Looking just for approval. Afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Sounds like you have a thing for Brazilian girls. I do, I have to say. I'm a big Latino lover. Well, all kinds. Black lover, white lover. I'm all lover of women. So, yeah. No bullshit here. No hiding. There's nothing to hide. Podrick, tea or coffee, Peter? I am drinking tea. And by the way, guys, you're all going to be mentioned on the podcast here because this is a live podcast recording. Siobhan, the narcissism is strong here. I don't know what she means. Are you thinking I'm a narcissist? Whichever. So guys, you know, it's about just being self-aware. Try not to have your guard up. Because you know what, even when you do have your guard up, you're hanging on to toxic shit. Now believe me, I've been there, done that, and you know what? It could happen to me where I fall into the trap of being on guard or defensive. Some other girl I meet down the road here. You know, I could fall into that trap, but I'm always trying to be self-aware so I don't fuck myself for the next girl that comes along. I've done it where I fucked up the next girl that came along because I was a bit defensive, said the wrong thing, or I was a bit ratty, right? And you're like, oh, Jesus, Peter, what are you doing, man? Fuck. I think we've all been there, you know? Let's have a look there. Women aren't looking for attention, they're looking for a connection. Okay. I wouldn't say all of them. There's some women, let's be honest, right? Some women, not everybody, that want the booty call. They want something casual. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nicola, will this be on Spotify? It is. Be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that. No, yeah, be honest and then maybe unmatch or block rather than dealing with the abuse. Okay, well you see, I agree with Noel there, depending on the scenario here. If the person's just going to fucking harass you, well then, yeah, fuck them, just unmatch them. I'd agree there. So there's obviously certain things that you got to look out for and make sure, you know. So I'd give Noel that one, absolutely. Did I miss any? Surely you're not still single, Peter? Yeah, I am. I am single. And what about you guys? What is? I'd like to get some live feedback here for the podcast, guys. What is your most successful dating app at the moment? Is it Tinder? Is it Bumble? Or even Hinge? Or Plenty of Fish? Which is it? And maybe you don't recognize some of those ones that I've called out because you're in a different country. If so, let me know, guys. All right, here we go. Interesting. Bumble, Hinge, Tinder. three different ones, 3 different responses. Okay, fair enough. Badoo. Nikki says Badoo. All right. You know, I actually have Badoo on my phone, but I never check it, to be honest. Never, ever check it. I don't know why. Maybe I should check it out again. Maybe it's a good one. So, okay, Nikki obviously thinks it's the most successful. Great. We've got 4 different apps, 4 different responses. Jesus. Okay, no, here we go, Badoo. That's 2 for Badoo. Very interesting. I thought Badoo was a lot of... What was it? Back in the day, like even 4 or 5 years ago. I thought Badoo was more... Oh, I can't remember now. But it was a certain clientele. Not a bad clientele, but... Oh, what was it again? I think, what was it? A lot of foreign people? As in you'd never get a match locally or something? Was it something like that? But okay, Badoo, definitely check out. Has anybody done plenty of fish? Daisy, Peter, why are you still single? What's important to you in a woman, or will you be eternally single? Good question. Why am I still single? I'm still single because I choose to be single. I'm all about career. Trying to succeed in career-wise. Now, if I met the right woman, there's no doubt about it, I would absolutely settle down right here, right now. No problem. So I'm not allergic to relationships. Not at all. But I'm very happy being single. Very happy being single. I like my own company. I like watching my movies at nighttime or doing a bit of work or whatever the fuck. And yeah. And now, don't get me wrong. There's sometimes you're like, oh man, I'd love to have a woman now, you know? But I think everybody gets that too. What else did she ask me? What's important to you? What's important to me in a woman? Oh, what's important to me in a woman? Confidence. I've got to be attracted to her, right? But confidence. I love when a girl will just fucking suggest something like, hey, Peter, come on, let's fucking go here. Come on, fuck this shit. Like, you know, I love that shit. Not where I'm the bitch, right? You know, the pussy and she's deciding everything. No. But I like a confident woman that just speaks up, doesn't give a fuck if she sounds crazy or not. Because look, we all think we can sound crazy. Oh god, if I say this, I'm going to look like a fucking idiot. No, I love that shit. I love that shit. Single, don't knock it, can't put a price on peace, Maria says. Fair enough, fair point. Lisa from Ireland, assertive. Yeah, is that the word I'm going for here? Assertive, I guess. Maybe it is. Sorry if I can't speak English, guys. Jesus, I'm very limited in English. Clogsy, the world doesn't need another angry man with a podcast mic. Oh, he's having to go off me. Is Clogsy throwing some shapes at me here the last couple of, the last half an hour? But hey, fair enough, Clogsy. Claire Bell, POF, never again. I met my ex-husband on that. Well, why would you be put off by POF? Look. Okay, I get it. There's some memories on there. Fair enough. But there's different guys on there, you know? Nicola, what do I do if I've been talking to a guy for months, I meet him in person and he starts ghosting? Interesting. Interesting. If he starts ghosting you. I'm going to go here. I'm going to be honest because this has happened to me as well, okay? Look, he was attracted to you. You met, and he wasn't so attracted to you. Now look, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, and this has happened to me as well. Having great chat with a girl on Tinder, Bumble, wherever the fuck, or WhatsApp, all of a sudden we meet, and never hear from her again. Now, is it the way I look? Maybe. Is it the way I said something? Maybe. Is it the way my personality? Maybe. But, seriously, who gives a fuck? At least you know. Do you know what I mean? At least you know, and you haven't invested a lot of time, and then all of a sudden, 4 months in, and you're like, oh man, she's ghosted me now, what the fuck? Now, he should tell you, especially if you've met the guy. Didn't you say that you met the guy? You know, he should tell you, just look, I'm not feeling this, especially if you've been texting him or something, you know. Nikki, if he contacts you again, ignore. Yeah, okay, well, we don't know the whole situation, but fair enough. Claire Bell, just massive, no too much pain caused. Good. No, not too much pain, that's good. Maria, it's hard to actually meet somebody, particular in the sticks. Oh, okay, you're out in the country somewhere. Fair enough. Adele, you better find out sooner than later. 100% agree with that one. Absolutely. If the guy's going to be a creep, let him be a creep. Let him expose himself. And vice versa. If a girl's going to be attention-seeking, she's going to show you very quick. Nicola, yeah, I get you. It's just annoying how said we'd meet again and he'd promised and stuff. Oh, fuck. Sorry about that. Currently, it's been 5 days silence. Well, have you texted him, Nicola? You know? You've met now, okay? Like, I would say, look, I honestly agree that a man should make the first move in terms of asking a girl out, right? As in suggest the date. But you know, I don't know. Are you giving him one-word answers? Are you being a bit distant to yourself and you don't realize you are? You know, shit like this, you'd be amazed if you start looking at yourself and being self-aware. And I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that maybe you are on guard about this whole podcast. This is what we're all on about today. But if you're not, and if you're good, I would actually literally just text the guy and say, hey, what's going on? Be honest up front. Hey, haven't heard from you. Not in these exact words, right? But get to the fucking point. Get to the point. Hey, what's going on? Had a great time on the first date. Haven't heard from you. You're very quiet. I'm a bit confused. Everything okay? There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to lose pride. You're not going to regret it at the end of the day. I've never done something like that in my life that I've regret and go, fuck's sake, man, I can't believe I did that. And I've lost sleep over it. You won't lose sleep over it. Okay, Nicola, let's have a look. Okay, I would forget about him. It says a lot about him, not you. Well, hang on. We need to know if she has been texting him or not. Adele, too long. Sorry that happened. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. If somebody ghosts you, don't let the door open for them. Okay, I'm sorry, yeah, you said ghosting, so he has actually ghosted you. Apologies about that. Just a lot of comments coming in. Nicola, I did text him on iMessage, triple text, still nothing. I don't think I'm very distant. I talked well. Okay, well, hey, you triple text, leave it. You know, leave it. I guess, yeah. Maria, self-awareness is so important. 100% agree. Congratulations on 301 podcasts in a year. Thank you very much. Yeah, 300 fucking podcasts. I can't believe it in 1 year. Jesus Christ alive. I can't get my head around 300 podcasts. But anyway, back to this here, guys. Podrick, you need to get that guy on your books from the Lisbon date, Peter. Lisbon date? I don't know what the Lisbon date is. Am I completely behind times here now? Apologies if I am. Lisa, is it wrong to turn a good connection into best friend because of no chemistry? Huh. That's an interesting one. A good connection. Well, obviously there's no sexual connection, I'm presuming, right? And you just had a great time with them? What's the problem? I mean, then again, I'd be very careful with things like this because I think it would be very, very small percentage that the both of you feel the exact same way. Like, are you sure this guy isn't attracted to you and he's pretending to be friends? Now look, there's some women that can do this too, so I'm not having a go at men here. You know what I mean? I know there's some creepy guys out there, they'll pretend to be best friends with Mary or whoever the fuck. They're full of shit. They'll be waving the fucking male feminist flag for you and everything, okay? Standing up for women's rights, and they're so full of fucking shit, they would fucking drop you like a hot snot if they knew that you're not into them. They're hanging on for dear life. So be careful. I would just say be careful of that. Nicola, thanks for all the advice, guys. I hope it helps. And let's have a look. So I'd say what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna shut down the podcast, but I'm gonna keep going on TikTok. Okay? I'm gonna keep going on TikTok, but we'll just wrap it up in the podcast here now in 2 minutes. And I hope anybody listening here on the podcast, you're getting something. Maybe it'd probably be better if you can actually hear the person, even though it's not. It's coming. At least it's good live feedback, which is good. And let's have a look. Oh, no more text if you triple text him. Move on from him. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Jill, radical acceptance. It's over. Help us to move on. Luke, where are you from? I'm not sure if you're talking to me, Luke, but at Cork in Ireland. Let's see. Native Irish. Women offer nothing to a man that he couldn't get himself when single. Why date? Women offer nothing to a man that he couldn't get himself when single. So are you Native Irish 1916, are you saying that it's all about sex? Because it's not. There's plenty men that want just sex, yeah. There's plenty men out there that want a relationship. I can tell you that for a fact. Nikki, some of my male friends are people I have previously met on dating apps years ago. Oh, okay. Well, I hope they are friends. I hope they are friends. And women can be the same too with guys. So, and hey, I'm not saying they are like this, right? But there is some creeps out there that pretend to be your friend. And then there are genuine people out there that literally are friends with boy or girl, whichever way. Yeah, let's have a look. All right. Okay, so guys, I'm going to stay on TikTok. Okay, I'm going to stay on TikTok, but I'm going to wrap up the podcast here. So guys, thanks for listening. This will be on Spotify, of course. And we will be back again with more podcasts. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye. Peter. Walsh.